Hi, everyone. It's me, Miss Branch, the art teacher, here with project 2 of our summer break at 21st Century. And our next art project is to make a rocking well out of a paper plate. Let me tilt my camera down just a little bit so you can see that it rocks. Now, if your site only has markers, you can color your whale, but if your site has paint, you could, I just knocked the eye off. You can paint your whale, but it makes it a little weak and you have to add a little piece of tape to keep it rocking. Let me glue that eye back on. That just fell off. That's sometimes the problem with glue sticks and wiggly eyes. Let me put that eye back on. Put some glue. There we go. And this one, I decided to cut the face a little to make it look like more like a cartoon whale. And this one, I just left it long, but it's totally up to you because you're the artist. But let me switch my camera so we can get started. And you can also probably do this in crayon, and it doesn't have to be blue either. So let me switch. All right. So to make this whale, we're going to need a paper plate. We're going to need our glue stick. We're going to need tape. And of course, scissors. And if you want to use a pencil, you can use a pencil instead to draw your lines. You don't have to use the marker. All right, so the first thing we're going to do to make our whale is fold our paper plate in half. And give it a good crease across the top where you fold it. Now, Miss Branch is left-handed, so I'm just going to draw on this left side. You can draw on the right side, whichever side makes it easier. Actually, I'm going to turn my paper plate sideways so it'll be easier for you to see. Now, I'm going to make the tail first. And to make the tail, we have to draw kind of like a leaf shape. So what I'm going to do, close to the top, but not all the way at the top where these ridges are on the paper plate, I'm just going to make a curved line, like I'm following the curved line of the plate. But I'm going to come in a little bit more. Then I'm going to make another curved line, but this one goes all the way to the edge. This one does not go to the edge. This one goes to the edge. Ugh, let's see. So next, I grabbed the wrong pen. That one was kind of smushed in. I'm going to turn it this way to make another curved line, like I'm making another leaf. But this is going to be the front part of the whale. So I'm just going to make a curved line. So I end up making a curving triangle with like a little line coming off of it. And this little piece right here is going to become our whale's flippers. So you got to keep this piece. So you got to be careful when cutting it out. So next, we get to cut the pieces out. And let me go ahead. I'm going to put this piece right here just in case some people need to see it because they might have messed up something. So I'm going to leave that piece there. I'm going to make another one real quick. I'm going to fold this in half. Turn it sideways. Don't go all the way to the edge. Follow the curve. Then come in after a little bit. And then come back like I'm making a leaf. And I'm going to turn it. And right here where the leaf is, I'm just going to make a curved line going in the opposite direction. So next we're going to cut. And I'm just going to follow the line. Then I'm going to follow this line. And this piece we're going to need. So put it off to the side. You're going to need this piece to make the the fins or the flippers for the whale. And next I'm going to follow this line, but I'm going to make sure I do not go all the way to the edge. Make sure you stop because that's just going to be the part where we flip it backwards. We're going to open up and flip it backwards for the whale's tail. So we watch it again. I open it up, and then right there, I'm just going to flip it backwards, and it makes the whale's tail. That was real quick. It made the whale really, real quick. But of course, we got to add some details. We got to give it eyes and a mouth, and we got to give it some fins. But let's make our fins, and then we can go and glue our eyes on. Now, I'm not going to color mine right now. I'm going to let you guys do that after the video is over, because I want you to be able to have plenty of time to work on either coloring or painting. You will. I have another one I painted. I forgot about this one. Another one where I made a little short nose. Oops, I'm crowding up my space. Let me put this back over here so people can see it in case they need to make it again. And let me move my extras out of the way. I'm just going to stack them on top of each other. Move those out of the way. And now, let's make our flint pins. Now, you should have this piece left over. And it's a triangle with two curving edges. And what we're going to do, this pointy part here, make sure you're holding the part that's folded. And it's still folded in half. I'm just going to take my scissors and cut the tip off and round it up a little bit. So that's the end of the fin. And then if you need to, I'll go ahead and draw a line. You can draw a line here and here. So we turn this whole piece into a fin. So I'm just going to cut that line. And then I'm going to cut the other side. And so now I have my fin shape. And I'm going to cut this line down the middle. So now I have two fins. Fin one, fin two. Now to put those on, I'm just going to go ahead and open up my whale so I can try and put them in the same spot. I'm just going to make a tab. Now to make a tab, all you do is fold a little piece at the end. So I'm folding, and there's a piece. And then I'm going to fold, and there's the other piece. So now is where we're going to need our glue stick and our tape. I'm going to put, sometimes when glue gets all in the top, it gets harder and harder to pull off because the glue starts drying. Oh, let me raise that just a little bit. I'm going to put some glue on the ends of this tab. And then I'm going to place my whale's fin here on. I got some blue on my fingers from touching the ones I painted in color with markers. And I'm going to take a piece of tape. Now, even though we have the glue there, the tape is going to help it stay on better because of the angle, because this kind of curves out. So once again, I'm going to put my fin on. And then I'm going to get a piece of tape. And that tape is going to cover up that tab and on the whale body. And while I have it flattened out, I'm going to go ahead and glue some wiggly eyes on. And so let me get two wiggly eyes. 1, 2. And I'm going to put those on the glue. And then I'm going to use one of these little lines in between and use that to help me make a guideline for my smile. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And I can try and make it even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now, when I stand my whale up, you can see it has a smile and it looks the same on both sides. Some symmetry. And I have my tail. And it rocks. Now, if after all that manipulation and pressing it down and your whale does not, wants to just keep going back out flat, you're just going to take a little piece of tape And you're just going to put it on the back and tape it across to help give it some strength. And then it will rock better. Whee! So let me switch my cameras again. Again, you got to make like a leaf shape in the triangle for that part, for the people that are still doing this part. Or you might be making another whale by now, because some of you guys who see what I'm doing and you move pretty fast, which is pretty cool. All right, so tilt my camera down and we have our rocking whale. So everyone, project number 2, a rocking whale. Now, if you have time, of course, you can either use markers and color it, or crayons, or if your site has paint, you can paint it. But again, if it gets a little too wet because it's a real paper, it's just a paper plate, put a little piece of tape on the back and that'll help it stand up and rock. Oh, look, you can see the tails. All right, everyone. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.